here for Onic is to confirm the kills, to actually finish the job every time. And that's what Fireflux Esports kind of have a disadvantage on because they're a sustained kind of lineup. They have low HPs but high sustains. So Onic identified that and picked this composition up.
Yeah, some high-level drafting indeed from both sides of the table as we go through the virtual into Land of Dawn. Fireflux Esports, all the way out from Turkey, making it into the semifinals, going up against the last standing team out from Indonesia, Onic, who will be able to claim victorious in this best of three for the semifinals and claim their spot in the grand finals to face AP Brent.
On to the matchups. I believe that the carry has an easier time in the early stages, but late game, 100%, you're going to have to give it to the Claude. Up top, it's CC versus Arlot, and already Sans has forced the passive on the Nana. Ooh, that's going to hurt.
Yeah, luckily the Molina's gift worked in his favor to keep him alive, but that's a lot of early game damage. You are going to go ahead and see Onic trying to take the advantage. I mean, they are running the Martis inside of that jungle, right? We know he's an early aggressive jungler and can definitely sniff out those low HP opponents. Fireflux Esports, you mentioned it as we were jumping into the draft. They're a team that kind of focuses on team-oriented clashes, and that's kind of how they prioritize their draft. Now, they did something interesting. They pulled out the Lunox in the jungle. Up against a team like Onic, we got to see how this kind of plays out, right? Can it kind of deal the damage they're looking for and take these neutral objectives, or where we see Kyrie kind of bridge that gap in the early game with the Martis?
Well, they have to utilize this Martis in that regard. They have to ride the momentum, if you get my meaning. They have to start fast for Onic because late game, this burst composition from Onic or confirmed kills kind of composition might not be that good anymore because that means that the Claude is already very strong, a little bit tanky with Wind of Nature, and the Purify is even more usable in the latter portions of the game. And of course, Apex 47 with just a little bit of an opening can pop the Minoan's Fury.
Yeah, and now you are seeing both teams fight it out over this turtle, trying to take the advantage. Kyrie with the Retribution, able to claim it for Onic and maybe able to get a kill. Tries to go in, find Alien, not able to close the distance, but they were able to take this first neutral objective.
Yeah, looking really good for Onic, especially with Boots again being on point. Not the best performance from him in the M5 World Championship, but definitely games of the future. Started in the group stages so well, and then now in the playoffs, he's looking really good when it comes to his form.
Yeah, definitely looking really strong so far. That will give them a massive XP boost for the side of Onic. They are slightly ahead in terms of gold already, leading by 1,200. And we know Onic is one of those teams, even with the littlest advantage, can go a mile. Right now, Fireflux Esports, this may be their toughest challenge yet. But let's not discredit them. They did take down one of the highest decorated teams inside of the Philippines, shutting down Blacklist right before this yesterday inside of the quarterfinals, and now having a chance to take down one of the top teams from Indonesia. Rosa, you said it warmed your heart inside of M4, having a little bit of a hard time getting online with the Nana. Gonna go ahead and proc that Molina's gift to keep him in this game. Neither side has found a body so far.
Yep. With all due fairness for Fireflux Esports, they're keeping up, and it seems like they're not overly aggressive. They're not wasting some of their early HP or early deaths whatsoever. Like even TNC committing the brilliance just to get out. They understand the situation where they only team fight around the neutral objectives and they only have to wait for the late game anyways. Don't be overly aggressive. But Onic decides, okay, why don't we try to steal this? Kyrie is a Retribution a level ahead.
But the thing is, if they can find a way to disrupt Tinzi in the early game, he won't be able to deal the early game damage he's looking for. And I think that's what Onic is trying to lean into. They're like, okay, they're going a little unorthodox with the drafting. If we can make them uncomfortable, we can kind of lean into that and make that work in our favor. But Fireflux Esports, clapping back, doing a good job on kind of contesting the invasions from Onic in their jungle.
Yeah. However, they're not able to defend the turtle as Onic just executed easily. Kyrie still has the Retribution, steals the buff. Classic Kyrie from Onic.
Yeah, classic Kyrie, but big play from Boots, opening up the opportunity with the final slash. Kyrie with the alley-oop will take down Tienzi with the decimation. First blood on the board for Onic.
man. That's great aggression from Onic. First, they went in for the purple buff for an attempt on the invade. And what's sure that Flux Esports was able to fend that off, it meant that they had to utilize their Minoan Fury on Apex 47. And the early stages of the game, that ultimate is quite long when it comes to like it's a cooldown. So afterward, Onic had the free pass to go to the turtle. Then Kyrie didn't have to commit anything, any retribution for that. So they had another round of invasion onto the orange buff this time of Flux Esports. So that's well calculated and very natural kind of movements coming out from Onic. Knowing full well that Apex 47, every time he commits the Minoan Fury that does not net a kill for Flux Esports, they buy what? 1 or 2 minutes of gameplay. Of free
They're definitely
gameplay.
kind of leaning forward into that. I mean, you're talking about the Lunox in the jungle being good with early aggression, but with Kyrie able to take her down, that's going to put her in a little bit of a disadvantage rotating around the map. Definitely going to have to be a little bit more careful. I mean, they lost that first neutral objective turtle, and then also losing their jungler on top of that is going to put Onic at a big advantage. Now leading by 3,000 gold. Then just being Procto needs to get out of there. Albert trying to get the kill. Kyrie will get there first. 2 kills left unanswered so far. Onic leading the way with the set onto the orange buff. I'm offended. Over there from Keyboy, and it looks like he was able to get it. Kyrie with the steal. Grand Theft Orange.
Oh my god, the timing coming out from Kyrie. And then obviously the crowd control immunity that you get from the Ashura's aura, or wrath, Ashura's wrath from Martis. My god, that was... he planned that so well. He knew that eventually the Minotaur will go for the Minoan's Fury, and it paid dividends for Onic. Again, they're just taking away farm from TNZ. And as a Lunox, you don't want to ever be in this kind of spot. It's difficult to play catch-up when you're playing Lunox.
Yeah, it's going to be a little bit of a struggle now for TNZ trying to catch up. Definitely going to have to play a little bit more passive, cool, calm, and collective. But speaking of cool, calm, and collective, the rotations so far from Onic have been on point. Almost able to claim that turret on the top side, putting a lot of pressure into the mid lane, and it will fall. Now they'll be able to invade the jungle of Flux Esports with ease. As you are going to see on the bottom side, another turret will fall into Onic's hands. Looks like Alien was not able to fend it off in the invasion onto the purple buff. A possible recipe made for disaster for Flux Esports. And Lunox jungle just not picking up the pace so far.
Yeah. Again, they forced the Minoan Fury. That's 60 seconds at level 1, where you don't have a big ultimate. Then Kyrie, with a massive level advantage over TNZ, there's really no chance at all for Flux Esports to defend these invades. Kyrie's level 12 at this point.
Woo! Speaking of
Damn.
Kyrie, able to get that
Wow.
kill. I didn't even... Where did Apex 47 go? It was so quick, I blinked, and he disappeared. Kyrie over here pulling out magic tricks. Albert able to claim the tier 2 turret on the top side. Flux Esports now stripped down to their tier 2 turrets. 8 minutes in.
What was that play from Onic? It was literally like a fraction of a second in a Minotaur. A tanky hero, gone in a fraction of a second from the combo of Onic. And it was just the one displacement tool coming up from Kyrie that the Mortal Coil was used and was able to snag Apex 47 in a bad spot. It allowed for the rest of Onic. I didn't even remember who else is there. I only remember Kyrie and just the immense amount of farm in this Martis. Level 13 at 9 minutes. Level 13 at 9 minutes.
He has double the amount of gold
my
that Tinzy
word.
right now, too. Tinzy was at 3,000. He's
Oh
sitting
my
at
word.
6,000 right now. 3 kills in and another objective into his hands. Definitely taking advantage of the early phase. Can still play. Called in, though. Stands. One-man army. Use the Black Shoes. Minoan Fury will drop down from Apex 47, but at what cost? His boots will take him down.
No exchange. I mean, for Flux. Fortunately, that's a Minotaur, but he did commit the ultimate again, so that's another 60 seconds that they don't have the Minoan Fury. On defense mode now for Flux Esports, so what they can do is just to wait for Onic to get in front of their base. And the best case scenario for Flux Esports at this point is to not lose any inhibitor turret. That is that's the only W that they can actually hope for at this point. Will Onic allow them to do that? It seems like Onic are are clinically taking over this game.
And they have a composition to be able to kind of end this early if they kind of play it right? You're seeing Fireflux on a stand, not trying to allow this Lord to take this inhibitor. It will fall. Looks like Onic was not able to open up the base. They may have to put punches here. They don't have minions in every single lane to be able to contest, but they may still go for it. I mean, they're early aggressive for a reason, right? They picked this composition with Kyrie on the Martis to bridge that gap in the early game, and that is exactly what he has done so far, leading highest kills on the game, 3-0-0.
Oh my! I'm out of words. It's Onic just like I said, systematically, clinically going for the siege.
Ooh.
Safely, Keyboy.
I'm offended, connecting on to Apex 47. Almost bursted down, Albert. Chunking him very low. Will make his way back over to the base or some region. Definitely rethinking that decision. Need to be a little bit more careful. I mean, he's easily bursted down, and he's the beefiest one on the team. So he's definitely going to have to be careful. I mean, they don't have a strong frontline composition. They have him and Alien to be able to contest. And right now, Onic already leading the way, almost up by 10,000 gold in the first 12 minutes of today's match.
Whew. Tough break for Flux Esports. They did secure their turret out to the bottom lane, but it seems like they can't get out of their base. And Onyx game plan, okay, let's forego our own jungle. Let's take over their jungle so that there's no recovery whatsoever from Flux Esports. TNZ is just, he's just 5K at this point. And Kyrie is just like dominating him so badly. Onyx just shows us how to clinically and systematically win the game in a perfect manner.
Speaking of systematically, Sunshine, though, top side, will be able to clear some of those minions, trying to open up the opportunity, trying to find a trade somewhere on the map, and a good job finding his way to the top side to be able to get those minions there. I don't think he'll be able to clear it, though. You are going to go ahead and see Boots try and get there in time. He may be able to get it, though, but I like where his head is, right? He's definitely focusing on these objectives, even when they're down by such a major deficit. It's not even a high kill game. This is just overall Onic dominating in the early phase and getting to those objectives first. Look at it already, pulling the aggro.
Oh, no.
Ooh, big setup though. Yours. Aura will connect. Rosa. Melina's gift will be procced. Onic on the chase though. They've spotted out the back lane. You're going to see Albert find Alien. He's going to go ahead and get shut down, finding his second death of the game. Onic now leading unanswered, 5 kills ahead and leading by 10K with the Luminous Lord claimed in their favor.
Suns actually forced Apex 47 to get out, and now TNZ had to pop the Brilliance once again. Fortunately for all of the changes that we know for the Lunox, now Brilliance and Chaos is relatively quicker when it comes to the cooldown, so you have to wait for 20 to 30 seconds. But that's still an ultimate that's down, and TNZ just can't find an opening to make this jungle Lunox even bearable at this point. Another Brilliance used. Sans is just destroying Flux Esports now.
And it looks like they may go in for a possible game ender. Look at the Luminous Lord in the mid lane. Lanes are being synced currently for Onic. I mean, look at Keyboy, right? He's looking for that setup. A major I'm offended may be on the way. The placement is crucial. Luminous Lord makes his way into the base. Onic on a way, raising that banner high for Indonesia, trying to claim this game with an early finish at the 13-minute mark. Luminous Lord very low, though, will be bursted down big, but no inferior response from Apex 47, but Kyrie will find the kill and shut him down with the decimation. Brilliance activated from TNZ. Alien trying to frontline the damage. Kyrie will get another, finds the double kill and shuts him down. Blazing duet from Sunshine, trying to clear out these minions in the mid lane. Keyboy with the set, Kyrie with the kill. And looks like they will be able to get another. TNZ will find Kyrie, though.